Hey, my friend Brant let me borrow, he just picked this up. This is one of Fender's newer amps. This is the Bassbreaker 15. It's a pretty cool amp for not a lot of money. So I thought it would be a fun one to play around with and see what kind of sounds I could get out of it. Okay, what do we got going on here? We have a 1998 USA G&L ASAT Classic, which is basically a telly, but with a skinnier neck and louder, more clear pickups. I got my tuner in there, but nothing on my board. Going into the Bassbreaker 15. That is, what's that mic there? That's the SE Electronics SE X1R cheap ribbon mic. It sounds pretty good though. Okay, so features of this amp. What's neat about it, I think it was their answer to the much more expensive Marshall 18 maybe, or maybe it's like trying to be a Fender and a Vox and a Marshall all at the same time, and I actually think it does a pretty convincing job thereof. So what's different about this amp than say like a Blues Junior, which is, similar to it, obviously is the cool gray tweed covering, the neat trim here. It's got a Celestion speaker in it, but not a British voice Celestion, one of their newer American voice speakers, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a different sound. Yeah, I'll stay in my neck pickup here. And what's special about this amp, it has the usual bass, middle, treble control, a master volume, a reverb, which is actually digital. Let's play around with that for a second. Is digital reverb bad? It actually sounds more like a plate reverb than a spring reverb. Right now that reverb, by the way, it's like not halfway, it's less than halfway up. I guess that's a third up, I'd say, and that's a pretty reasonable setting. Let's see what happens if we turn it up halfway. Let's see what happens if we turn up 3/4. Let's see if it'll approximate surfy type sounds. It's not really a surf reverb listening to that, which actually I like. I like plate reverbs because watch, I'll play Wipeout here. Yes, Wipeout. Yeah, for me, I don't think I would consider that a surf reverb, but that's fine. You could always buy another pedal if you wanted that specific reverb sound, but I do think that it's a very good digital reverb in general. I mean, the reverb pedal I use most of the time is a Strymon Flint, and that's digital, so that's fine. We have a master volume. My master's about a third of the way up. My gain's about a third of the way up. There's also a bright switch. Bright switch off. Bright switch on. That really gets you into that Vox kind of top boost channel. Make sure I'm not blowing out that preamp. Nope, I'm not. Bright switch off again. Let's see. Bridge pickup, bright switch on. A lot of options. For me in this room, that seems too bright, but that is a good cutting sound. And by the way, okay, so what's magical about this amp is their gain structure. It's got 3 12AX7s in the back and 2 EL84s. It's a solid state rectifier. That sounds fine to me. It has a 3-way position switch. I'm actually in the middle mode, which is my I like that the most. I don't know exactly what circuit that's comping, but it's, you know, if you could hear, it's pretty crunchy with the gain just a third of the way up. By the way, I have my bass third of the way up, middle almost off, my treble halfway up is kind of like my default. Sounds kind of like my Tweed Pro setting. Let's put that structure knob to low. So there it is in mellow vibes. It's very different in the low gain structure. I'm going to bring up the master for that. It's a lot darker in the low gain structure. Let's see what's like a mellow thing I can play here. Let's go ahead, same lick, bridge pickup. I think that setting is okay. Is more like for jazz type stuff, or like, you know. So I think if you were a jazz player, you'd probably stay in the low crunch mode. Me, I'm middle crunch. So here I am again, back to middle crunch. Yeah, ooh, a little too hot there. Let's bring that back down a little bit. Okay, so here I am in middle crunch again. Okay, so we did low crunch, we did middle crunch. Now, let's go up to scary, scary high crunch, or high gain. And I think this is where it really gets kind of... Yeah, so that's the high gain setting. That's still, the gain is only a third up, so it's got plenty of gain on tap. So I think this is more for if you are really looking for that long. 21st century schizoid man. If you were looking for that pretty syrupy or saturated aggressive, let's see what happens if I do that same lick. Bright switch on. That is that's the top boost. I think that's what the bright switch sounds like to me. It sounds like a AC30 top boost channel. It's like super, I believe that the term is blizzard of glass. Is that right? Yeah. That is sharp. Yeah, and that's my neck pickup. Uh-oh, let's be scary. Let's go to bridge pickup there. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That's totally that like, ooh, that's bright. What is that? Raw Power, Seek and Destroy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That great Stooges record. I think that's the things. Yeah, it's $650. Weighs about 40 pounds, so it's not too heavy to carry around to a gig. Yeah, I like this amp. Again, I like all amps. They're so cool. They're just these neat little boxes that make different sounds. They're great. But yeah, I like this amp. I haven't even gone through. It has stuff on the back too. You could use it for recording. It has like a direct headphones out speaker emulator. Like they jammed it full of features, but the tone out of the box is totally good. Yeah. Brant, if you're watching this, I give this amp a thumbs up. It's totally cool. What's a cool ending lick here? I did that one.